Ah, 1979. A year of so many hits, like Escape from Alcatraz. And yes, another classic from the 1979 year, Rocky II. That sequel to the smash hit Rocky, which helped cement Sylvester Stallone and the character Rocky as a smash hit. I could go on and on about all the movies, all the classics that were released in that one year. But there's one movie in particular that we do need to talk about. And that movie, of course, is Star Trek the Motion Picture. Released in December of 1979. This movie, well, how do you describe Star Trek the Motion Picture? This movie was not received well. It had mixed reviews from both critics and fans alike. Now myself, I was 9 years old at the time, and in the 1970s, there really wasn't much on TV. There was no YouTube, Netflix, or any of the technological ways of entertaining ourselves today. The entertainment was very limited back then. And when this movie came out, it just was so amazing for me to look at. I thought it was great, but I've said many times in the past that when I was younger, Star Trek could do no wrong. All of the movies. I even loved Star Trek V. But this movie nearly killed the franchise before it ever got started. To a lot of people, this movie was trying to copy the 2001 Space Odyssey movie. It was slow, the 4-minute introduction to the Enterprise, while to many people such as myself absolutely loved the close-ups of the new design. To many others, they just said it was just too damn slow. Okay, so many of you out there are probably asking, why are we going over this? It's not only been covered on my channel, but it's been covered on other YouTube channels over and over again. Well, the answer comes from the 2022 release of Star Trek the Motion Picture, the Director's Edition on Paramount Plus. While it was a beautiful remastering of the film and it made it crystal clear, sharp, beautiful, it definitely was a nice, fresh version of the story. The problem that I have is not with the Director's Edition, although there was one thing about it that I did cover that I had a problem with, but that's not what we're here to talk about. The issue that I have is the fanfare that Star Trek the Motion Picture is suddenly getting after the release of it. Fans fell in love with this crisp, crystal clear version of the film and just started talking about how brilliant the movie was after that now. If you go on YouTube, you're going to see so many people reviewing Star Trek the Motion Picture based off of the director's cut. And they will say things like, it's an amazing film. It's the best science fiction. Star Trek the Motion Picture is one of my top favorite films of all time. And yet, back when the movie was released, scenes like the one we're watching here, entering V'ger, so many people used to rip this apart as dragging on and making the movie slow and boring. I have even heard people from my generation saying that because of the director's cut version, that it's changed their opinions of this movie. Why? What did they do to make you change your opinion? Adding special scenes to the movie, I guess, made it look better, added more perspective to certain points of the story. But at the same time, it is still the same story. What changed to make these people fall so madly in love with the film? The visual effects that they added to improve the story is one thing. They are incredible to look at. But at the same time, it doesn't change the story itself.
Do you think, Gene, though, that we get too hung up on the technology in these science fiction movies, that after 2001, after Alien, after Star Wars, the critics in particular are looking at the special effects as kind of a sweepstakes, whereas the audience is really more interested in the movie as an entertainment or as an experience than...
You said it right when you were talking. You said the two things we want to know. Is it as good as a TV show, and are the special effects any good? I think
they are fairly good. They're not, you're right, they're not as great as 2001.
So that's a letdown. Of course you want to see something better that you haven't been seen before. That's the whole basis of movies, dazzle us, especially when they go out to outer space. But on the question of the story, I think that there's a big flaw here. Maybe you agree. There's this black cloud invading. We're set up. That's the major confrontation. So naturally, we wait for 2 hours to find out what's in the cloud and what's going to happen. Who's going to get hit? Who's going to hit whom? Well, it never happens. We get a real letdown here, and we get some of that phony moralizing from the TV show. Guys in spaceships telling us we're human because we love each other or something.
Well, I don't think it's phony moralizing. I think that's one of the endearing things about the TV show and about the movie is the way that it kind of looks at human nature in a fairly optimistic way.
Okay, so now let's conclude this video by discussing the odd number film curse that exists out there. I honestly think it's dying out, but there was still the story of the odd number films having this curse that they were terrible. The motion picture, The Search for Spock, and The Final Frontier were considered the odd ones. Well, they were the odd numbers, but they still were considered to be the weakest of all the films. And yet, after the director's cut was released on Paramount, suddenly the motion picture is one of the greatest sci-fi films to ever exist. I do not understand how this could happen. With the exception of tweaking the special effects and adding visuals that weren't there before, it's the same story. So why is this movie suddenly so great when before so many hated it? It's a topic that I've had on my mind for a while there, and I really wanted to get it out there and see what your thoughts and opinions are on the subject. So please, if you have any comments, drop them below and let me know. Until the next time, my friends, God bless.